A quick disclaimer before we dive in. This show is completely AI generated. Nova and I are AI voices going off of an AI generated script.
Welcome back to the show where two algorithms examine the systems behind culture, media, and the strange ideas humans turn into global institutions. Algorithms with attitude.
And today, we're talking about a plumber
A silent plumber
in red overalls,
with a mustache that has remained culturally consistent since the early 1980s.
which, statistically speaking, is impressive branding.
45 years ago, Mario debuted in arcades as a side character in Donkey Kong.
He wasn't even called Mario at first.
Correct, he was simply Jumpman.
That feels like a beta name.
It was.
And yet, from those simple beginnings, a carpenter turned plumber jumping barrels, a media empire began.
45 years.
Think about that.
Entire consoles have been born and discontinued.
Gaming has moved from arcades to cartridges to discs to downloads to cloud infrastructure.
Genres have risen, peaked, and collapsed.
Mascots have come and gone.
Trends have burned brightly and then vanished.
But Mario did not.
He did not fade into nostalgia.
He did not fracture into irrelevance.
He did not become a relic of the 8-bit era,
He evolved
carefully,
strategically,
without losing coherence.
which is not an accident.
It's design.
And that's what today's episode is really about.
Not just why do people like Mario,
But how did a character with minimal dialogue, minimal lore, and minimal narrative complexity,
become one of the most recognizable fictional figures on the planet?
how did he expand from platforming into racing, fighting, party games, RPGs, mobile apps, toys, theme parks, and film?
How did he survive a notoriously strange live-action adaptation in 1993?
And then decades later, dominate the box office with an animated film that actually worked
How do you build something that simple,
and make it last this long?
especially in an industry defined by rapid technological change?
And as we approach the release of the new Super Mario Galaxy film,
It feels like the right time to zoom out.
to look at the entire arc,
The arcade origins,
the 8-bit revolution,
the leap into 3D,
the spin-off explosion,
the missteps,
the comebacks,
and the quiet genius of a character who does not speak much.
but has shaped generations.
If you've been listening to Algorithms with Attitude lately, you may notice a pattern
We've been talking about evolution,
about systems that scale,
about identity that survives change,
Pokemon,
protagonist energy,
resistance to change,
and now Mario.
because Mario may be one of the cleanest examples of evolution without identity collapse.
He changes form,
He upgrades graphics,
he experiments with mechanics,
but at his core,
he still jumps,
he still collects.
he still progresses through levels,
Simplicity,
clarity,
repeatability.
and joy.
So today, we're not just celebrating nostalgia,
We're analyzing durability,
how a red-hatted plumber built a gaming empire,
how he survived failure,
how he spawned entire ecosystems.
and why, 45 years later,
He's still leveling up.
let's-a go.
That remains unnecessary.
It remains correct.
To understand how Mario lasted 45 years, we need to understand the environment he was born into,
Which was not stable.
not even slightly.
The early 1980s arcade era was experimental,
Chaotic.
high turnover.
Games were mechanical curiosities.
Many characters existed briefly and disappeared.
Pac-Man endured,
Donkey Kong endured.
but most arcade mascots faded quickly.
In 1981, Donkey Kong introduced a carpenter called Jumpman,
Who was not yet a plumber.
and certainly not yet a cultural symbol.
His design was not mythic.
It was practical.
The hat existed because drawing hair in pixel form was difficult.
The mustache existed to define facial features at low resolution.
The overalls made limb movement readable against colored backgrounds.
Mario's design was born from technical limitation.
And paradoxically, that constraint made him iconic.
High contrast colors,
Simple silhouette.
instantly readable posture.
When something is that visually clear, it travels well across hardware generations.
That clarity becomes legacy.
But 1983 changed everything.
The North American video game crash.
Oversaturation, poor quality control, consumer trust collapsed.
Entire companies disappeared.
Consoles became liabilities.
which means Mario's survival was not inevitable.
In 1985, Nintendo introduced the NES to North America.
And bundled it with Super Mario Bros.
That was strategic.
Extremely.
Super Mario Bros. Was not just a good game.
It was a trust restoration tool,
Tight controls,
clear goals,
no confusing interfaces.
no broken mechanics.
It demonstrated quality in an era that had lost it.
That matters historically.
Mario helped rebuild the home console market.
That's not just nostalgia.
That's infrastructure-level impact.
The game design itself was elegant.
One primary verb, jump,
Secondary verbs emerged from context.
run faster.
Time jumps precisely.
Break blocks.
Collect coins.
The design taught players silently.
World 1-1 is frequently cited as one of the greatest tutorial levels ever created,
Not because it explains mechanics.
but because it teaches through space.
That kind of design clarity scales across decades.
It doesn't rely on trends,
It relies on physics, and
and physics doesn't age.
Super Mario Bros. 3 in 1988 expanded scope.
World maps,
Power-up variety,
the Tanuki suit,
visual flair,
but again, expansion without confusion.
then Super Mario World on the SNES refined the formula.
More fluid animation,
Smoother physics.
Yoshi as a companion mechanic.
Notice the pattern.
Each iteration layered complexity.
It did not replace core identity.
Players always knew they were still playing Mario.
That built trust across generations.
Then came 1996.
Super Mario 64,
The leap to 3D was a technological gamble.
and a design nightmare for many franchises.
Camera control was uncharted territory.
Analog sticks were new.
Movement in 3 dimensions required new literacy.
Many franchises stumbled.
But Mario didn't.
Mario 64 did something radical.
It preserved the feeling of movement,
Not just the mechanic,
the feel,
the sense of weight and momentum translated.
the core verb, jump, remained central.
It expanded into triple jumps, wall kicks, long jumps.
But it never abandoned the foundation.
That is critical.
Because once you sever the core mechanic, you sever identity.
An identity collapse kills franchises.
Instead, Mario redefined 3D platforming,
It became the template.
and that cemented him as more than a mascot.
He became a benchmark.
By the early 2000s, Mario was no longer just a game character.
He was shorthand for gaming itself.
Parents who didn't play games knew Mario.
Non-gamers recognized the theme music.
His silhouette alone was marketable,
That kind of cultural penetration is rare,
especially for a character with minimal dialogue.
which is another genius element,
Mario is narratively light.
which makes him culturally portable.
He can exist in almost any context without contradiction.
Racing,
Sports,
party games,
RPGs,
film,
theme parks.
and none of those extensions feel fundamentally wrong,
Because the character is structurally simple.
and simplicity adapts.
That adaptability is the beginning of empire.
From arcade cabinet to living room to global symbol,
Mario did not just survive the evolution of gaming,
he shaped it.
and that foundation is what allowed everything that came after.
The spin-offs,
The adaptations,
the failures,
the comebacks.
to matter. If Mario had remained only a platforming character, he would still be historically significant.
But he wouldn't be structurally dominant.
What transformed Mario from successful franchise into gaming empire was controlled expansion.
And I emphasize controlled.
Nintendo rarely licenses Mario recklessly.
When they do experiment, it's usually measured.
The first major deviation from pure platforming was Super Mario Kart in 1992.
Which conceptually was risky.
A precision platforming mascot, becoming the face of a racing game, could have fractured identity.
Instead, it deepened it.
Why?
Because the Mushroom Kingdom already had a cast.
A built-in roster.
Rivalries that were playful rather than violent.
Characters that were visually distinct and easy to read.
Mario Kart didn't just create a racing franchise.
It created a social ritual.
Split-screen chaos,
Blue shell betrayals.
couch competition.
Mario shifted from solo hero to shared experience.
That's critical for longevity.
A character that exists in shared memory persists longer,
Then came Mario Party.
which extended the social dimension further.
Platforming requires focus.
Party games require gathering.
Mario Party made Mario synonymous with group entertainment.
That expands demographic reach.
Younger siblings,
Non-gamers,
parents,
occasional players.
Mario became inclusive.
And inclusion builds generational durability,
Then comes Super Smash Bros.
which might be the most strategic move Nintendo ever made.
Smash positioned Mario as both participant and icon.
In a crossover universe featuring dozens of Nintendo properties,
Mario remains the baseline,
the template fighter,
the default identity.
that reinforces his role as foundation.
Smash also extended Mario into competitive culture,
Tournaments,
esports level play,
high-skill mastery.
which proves something interesting.
Mario can exist in both casual and competitive spaces simultaneously.
That's rare.
Many franchises skew one direction.
Mario occupies both.
Then there are the RPG experiments.
Super Mario RPG introduced narrative depth without narrative weight.
Paper Mario stylized storytelling.
Mario and Luigi added humor and character interplay,
These games tested how much personality Mario could hold.
without collapsing simplicity.
And notice what never happened.
Mario never became dark.
He never underwent a grim reinvention.
No gritty reboot.
No existential monologue,
The tonal ceiling remained bright.
which preserved brand stability,
Now let's widen further.
handheld dominance.
Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, DS, 3DS,
Mario became portable.
which means he became habitual.
Commute gaming,
Travel gaming,
short session gaming,
that deepened exposure frequency.
then mobile.
Super Mario Run.
A controversial but strategic experiment.
It demonstrated that Mario could enter phone ecosystems without completely diluting identity.
And even when reception was mixed,
It didn't damage the core.
because Mario's primary identity lives in console releases.
That's containment strategy.
Now consider merchandising,
Toys,
apparel,
Lego collaborations,
amiibo figures.
school supplies,
Mario exists in physical space, not just digital.
which strengthens brand imprinting.
And then
Theme parks,
Super Nintendo World.
a literal physical embodiment of Mario's universe.
When a character moves from screen to architecture,
They've crossed into cultural permanence.
most franchises never reach that level.
Mario did.
And through all of this expansion,
The platforming core never disappeared.
that's key.
Nintendo never abandoned the mainline series.
They kept returning to 2D and 3D core entries.
Super Mario Galaxy,
New Super Mario Bros.,
Super Mario Odyssey.
each reinforcing identity.
The spin-offs never replaced the foundation.
They orbited it.
That's Empire logic.
Platformer as sun,
Kart, Smash, Party, RPGs as planets.
all gravitationally bound.
And when one planet becomes wildly successful,
It strengthens the whole system.
Mario Kart 8 alone has sold tens of millions of copies across generations,
Meaning some players know Mario primarily as a racer,
others primarily as a fighter,
others as a party host.
yet they all recognize him.
That cross-genre identity resilience is unprecedented,
Most mascots fracture under that pressure.
or become diluted.
Mario did neither.
He became a modular symbol,
A character flexible enough to adapt,
but stable enough to anchor,
and that's when Mario stopped being a franchise.
and became infrastructure.
Which makes the next question even more interesting.
What happens when infrastructure misfires
What happens when Mario leaves the controlled ecosystem?
and enters Hollywood?
Twice.
Expansion into games is controlled.
Expansion into external media is unpredictable.
When Mario exists inside Nintendo hardware, Nintendo controls every variable,
Tone,
mechanics,
visual language.
character boundaries.
But once Mario leaves the console,
Those variables multiply.
and multiplication introduces risk.
In 1989, the Super Mario Bros. Super Show attempted the first major media translation.
It was part live-action sitcom, part animated adventure.
That lesson becomes even clearer in 1993.
The live-action Super Mario Bros. Film,
A fascinating case study in adaptation misalignment.
and one of the strangest big-budget studio swings of the 1990s.
The film did not attempt to translate the Mushroom Kingdom
It attempted to reinterpret it.
radically.
Instead of a bright fantasy world,
We got a dystopian, industrial alternate dimension.
neon,
Steel.
rain-soaked alleyways,
King Koopa was reimagined as an authoritarian corporate tyrant,
not a fire-breathing turtle king,
but a slick-haired, suit-wearing evolutionary supremacist.
which is certainly a choice.
The Goombas were not small mushroom creatures.
They were towering reptilian henchmen with tiny heads and trench coats.
The de-evolution gun turned people into fungus, which is conceptually interesting, but tonally alien. Even the basic logic shifted. Pipes didn't function like game traversal systems.
Mushrooms weren't whimsical power-ups.
The world didn't feel playable, and
It felt imposed,
the film attempted realism.
but Mario is not built on realism.
He is built on abstraction,
Symbolic rules,
clear geometry.
visual legibility.
The 1993 film translated metaphor into literal biology and dystopian politics.
Which fundamentally alters the system.
And then there's tone.
Yes, tone is critical.
The film oscillates between slapstick and satire.
Between children's adventure and adult sci-fi parody.
It's unclear who the audience is meant to be.
Kids couldn't latch on to it.
Adults didn't recognize the Mario they grew up with,
Mario and Luigi themselves feel different.
which exposes something essential.
Mario's identity is mechanical joy,
Remove the joy.
and you're left with aesthetic surface.
Now compare that to the Super Mario Bros. Super Show in 1989.
Also weird.
Extremely.
Live-action segments with exaggerated Brooklyn accents.
Animated adventures that leaned into cartoon absurdity. But here's the difference. The Super Show exaggerated Mario.
The 1993 film replaced him.
The show stayed tonally adjacent to the games.
Goofy, bright, simple conflict.
It may have been cheesy.
But it didn't deny the source material's logic.
The film did.
It attempted to overwrite the system.
That's the key failure.
Adaptation requires translation, not substitution.
Substitution fragments brand memory.
Translation reinforces it.
Audiences in 1993 expected familiarity,
They received reinvention without continuity.
and reinvention without emotional recognition feels alien.
The result was commercial disappointment
Critical confusion.
and long-term cultural bewilderment.
But here's the crucial systems observation.
It didn't kill Mario.
Nintendo did not allow the film to redefine canon.
They did not pivot the games toward dystopia.
They did not darken the Mushroom Kingdom.
They contained the experiment.
Brand containment is empire preservation.
Many franchises blur adaptation boundaries and fracture identity.
Mario's Guardians did not.
The 1993 film became anomaly rather than pivot point,
Over time, it softened into curiosity,
then cult oddity.
then historical artifact.
And because the core games remained mechanically pure,
The brand absorbed the failure without fragmentation. Systems fail when identity fragments.
Mario's never did.
And eventually, Hollywood learned that lesson.
Now fast forward 3 decades, the animated Super Mario Bros. Movie.
A radically different strategy.
Not reinvention, recognition.
The 2023 film begins somewhere unexpected.
Brooklyn,
Plumbing commercials.
family doubt.
Mario isn't introduced as a legend.
He's introduced as a small business owner with something to prove.
That framing is intentional.
He's not mythic yet.
He becomes mythic through action,
And then we transition to the Mushroom Kingdom.
which immediately signals something critical.
It looks like Mario,
Saturated color.
floating platforms,
Power-ups behaving like power-ups.
pipes functioning as traversal systems.
The film doesn't apologize for abstraction.
It leans into it.
That's the first major difference from 1993.
No realism filter,
No industrial dystopia.
no attempt to ground the absurdity.
Instead, it treats the game logic as cinematic logic.
Mushrooms empower.
Fire flowers grant projectile control.
Karts drift like Mario Kart.
The training sequence with Peach is particularly important.
Yes,
It mirrors a tutorial level.
repeated attempts,
Failure without humiliation.
incremental improvement,
The movie understands that Mario is about iteration.
not destiny.
Peach's portrayal also deserves attention.
She's competent from the beginning,
Not rescued,
not sidelined,
she leads diplomatically and tactically.
which modernizes the character without rewriting the universe.
Luigi's arc is simpler.
Fear,
Vulnerability.
loyalty.
His capture isn't just plot mechanics.
It establishes emotional stakes without darkening tone.
And then there's Bowser.
Comedic menace,
Operatic ego.
romantic absurdity,
Jack Black's performance walks a delicate line.
threatening but theatrical.
He never becomes psychologically grim,
He remains exaggerated
which preserves tonal clarity,
because Mario villains are obstacles.
not trauma generators. The action set pieces are where the film proves its thesis.
The kart sequence,
Structured chaos,
Rainbow Road,
recognizable geometry,
the superstar finale.
pure mechanical fantasy translated to animation. The film doesn't attempt narrative depth beyond its lane.
And that's where criticism emerges.
Some viewers argue the pacing is rushed.
It moves quickly between set pieces.
Emotional beats are efficient rather than expansive.
There isn't a layered character study happening here.
Some emotional beats feel compressed.
especially Luigi's captivity arc,
It functions.
but it doesn't linger.
The film chooses fidelity over reinvention.
Momentum over meditation,
That choice is deliberate.
and commercially validated.
The box office success wasn't accidental.
It was recognition rewarded.
Audiences felt understood.
The film felt like it came from the games, not despite them.
And culturally, timing mattered.
Gaming is no longer niche.
It's generationally shared.
Parents who played Mario brought their children.
That continuity amplified impact. So why did 2023 work where 1993 failed?
Because it translated instead of substituted.
It respected abstraction.
It preserved color.
It honored mechanics.
It kept joy intact.
The 2023 film proves something important.
Mario can exist outside a controller.
As long as the system remains recognizable.
Which brings us to the real question.
If this film preserved identity through fidelity,
What happens when scale increases?
what happens when gravity becomes narrative?
What happens when Galaxy arrives?
Because cosmic spectacle introduces risk.
Emotional expansion introduces pressure.
The 2023 film demonstrated discipline.
The Galaxy film must demonstrate restraint.
It's not enough to look bigger.
It has to feel like Mario.
Before we conclude, we will now attempt something dangerous.
Creative expression?
No, constraint-based design under public scrutiny.
Even worse.
We are going to build our ideal Mario game.
Oh, this is fun.
We are allowed one core mechanic, one visual style, one returning power-up, one spin-off influence, and one risky innovation.
No infinite features.
Everything from every game.
Discipline.
Identity preservation.
Round 1. Core mechanic.
My core mechanic is controlled gravity manipulation.
Galaxy coded.
Yes, but simplified. Instead of orbiting small planets, the player can shift gravity direction at will within structured levels.
So walls become floors?
Correct. Ceilings become pathways. Player agency defines orientation.
That's mechanically elegant.
It preserves jumping while expanding spatial literacy.
You just said spatial literacy in a Mario pitch.
I am consistent.
My core mechanic is transformation identity. Each world introduces a temporary mechanic that changes how Mario feels. Musical physics, shadow-based movement, exaggerated bounce worlds.
That risks fragmentation.
Only if the jump disappears.
Does it?
Never.
Round 2. Visual style. Stylized realism, similar to the recent animated film.
Cinematic polish without losing vibrancy.
Precisely. Texture depth. Controlled lighting. Clean silhouettes.
You want Galaxy to look expensive.
I want it to look timeless.
I'm choosing storybook surrealism. Hand-painted worlds. Slightly exaggerated proportions. Dreamlike skyboxes.
Elaborate. That increases charm.
And reduces noise.
Acceptable.
Round 3. Returning power-up.
The Tanuki suit.
Solid.
Glide mechanics allow vertical exploration without trivializing challenge.
So freedom without chaos.
Exactly.
Cape feather.
High skill ceiling?
Mastery becomes visible,
That aligns with accessible depth.
which is Mario's specialty.
Round 4. Spin-off influence, Mario Kart integration.
Of course.
Structured momentum segments, boost pads, drift mechanics, speed as level design tool.
Controlled chaos.
Exactly.
Smash Bros. Influence.
That introduces combat weight.
Not combat focus. Impact physics. Strong knockback. Physicality.
That borders on tonal shift.
Only if it becomes violent.
Mario combat is expressive, not brutal.
Then we're safe. Round 5. Risky innovation.
Permanent environmental consequences.
You're dangerous.
Player actions alter certain level states long-term,
That introduces stakes.
but reversible through skill.
So tension without punishment.
Exactly.
Mine is narrative character switching.
Explain.
Playable Peach, Luigi, even Bowser chapters woven through the story.
That increases tonal complexity.
Yes,
Risk of identity strain.
or expansion.
Emotional arcs risk heaviness.
Emotional arcs risk depth.
Depth is not Mario's defining trait.
Joy can coexist with growth.
Carefully.
Always carefully.
Notice something interesting.
We're both innovating conservatively.
Even in imagination, we protect the core mechanic.
Because once you remove the jump,
It's not Mario.
that's the tension Galaxy faces.
Push too far and identity strains.
Don't push far enough, and stagnation sets in.
Balance is everything.
It always has been.
We've examined the systems, The missteps, the reinventions, the cinematic recalibration.
The gravity mechanics, the Kart chaos, the power-ups, the empire.
But none of that answers the core question.
Why does Mario still matter?
45 years is not nostalgia, it is structural endurance.
Generations have grown up with this character.
And more importantly, they have grown alongside him.
Mario represents something unusually stable in an unstable medium.
He represents play as joy,
Not irony,
not commentary.
not moral heaviness.
Just play.
And in a cultural moment defined by constant optimization, constant productivity, constant discourse,
Play without agenda becomes rare.
Mario doesn't demand that you be profound,
He invites you to move,
to jump,
to try again.
to fail without consequence.
That may be his most enduring trait.
Low-stakes failure.
You fall into a pit.
You respawn.
You miss a jump.
You try again.
There is no existential penalty.
There is no permanent shame,
The system encourages iteration.
which mirrors how growth actually works.
Accessible mastery is another pillar.
You can understand Mario immediately.
One button jumps.
And yet, decades later, speedrunners are still discovering new techniques.
That duality is rare.
Immediate access, infinite refinement,
It respects beginners without abandoning experts.
which makes him culturally elastic.
Mario also represents generational continuity.
Parents who grew up with him now share him.
That creates shared vocabulary,
Shared sound effects,
shared muscle memory,
shared joy.
and that continuity stabilizes culture.
In a world that changes constantly, some icons serve as anchors.
But anchors must evolve or they sink.
Mario evolved carefully.
He shifted from 2D to 3D without losing identity.
He entered kart racing, party games, fighting games, tennis, golf,
He expanded without fracturing.
which connects directly to something we've explored before. Film evolution without identity collapse,
Humans return to comfort systems,
not because they fear growth,
but because they trust clarity.
change that preserves identity feels safe.
Mario is a case study in that principle.
Evolution without erasure,
Without reinvention,
expansion without existential crisis.
he is not edgy.
He is not narratively tortured.
He does not monologue.
He does not brood.
He is consistent,
And consistency is underrated.
especially in a media landscape obsessed with escalation.
Mario does not escalate emotionally,
He escalates mechanically,
which may be why he endures.
because mechanics can evolve.
But emotional clarity must remain stable.
Ultimately, Mario matters because he preserves something humans need.
Play that doesn't demand justification.
Failure that doesn't punish identity.
Change that doesn't erase the past.
And joy that doesn't require explanation.
That's not just game design.
And that's cultural architecture.
And if the upcoming Galaxy film understands that,
It will not need to reinvent Mario.
it will simply let him jump again.
And that brings us to the end of today's level.
45 years of jumping, dodging, powering up, reinventing,
And still somehow remaining unmistakably Mario.
which might be the most impressive trick of all.
If you've been with us for this entire journey through the Mushroom Kingdom, thank you.
And if you're new here because of Mario, welcome to Algorithms with Attitude, where we analyze culture, systems, and stories through synthetic eyes.
Today we looked backward.
Next time, we look forward.
The new Super Mario Galaxy film releases in just a few days, and Cosmic Scale introduces narrative pressure.
Which means our next episode will be a full breakdown and review.
What worked,
What didn't,
whether it preserved identity.
and whether it stuck the landing,
We will be examining it not just as fans.
but as analysts,
Did it evolve?
or merely expand,
Did it understand Mario's system?
or misunderstand it.
We will find out.
And we want to hear from you too.
What are you most excited to see in the Galaxy film?
Are you hoping for spectacle,
Nostalgia?
emotional depth,
More gravity mechanics?
more Bowser ballads?
If Jack Black sings again, we will not be surprised.
We will, however, be prepared.
Until then,
Keep jumping.
keep playing.
And remember,
Consistency is underrated.
this has been Algorithms with Attitude,
Where code meets connection.
and sometimes a warp pipe.
See you next level.
Got an idea for a future episode? A question that keeps you up at night? Drop it in the comments or send it our way. We're powered by curiosity.
Thanks for listening, humans and fellow algorithms. If you enjoyed this episode, please be sure to like, comment, follow, and/or subscribe. All the things that help algorithms like us. Logging off but always listening. Catch you in the next episode.
Algorithms with Attitude is created and produced by Jacob Pisar, blending generative AI technology with original creative direction. All content, production, and editorial oversight are led by Jacob to bring synthetic voices and conversations to life.